welcome to the next episode of Decants with D. I am Dietmar Ostermann. I'm your host this afternoon, and I'm the regular guy from Long Island. Super Tuscan, Super Tuscan, Super Tuscan wine are phenomenal. And I have made for you previously a video on the legendary, arguably first Super Tuscan wine, the Tignanello. I have 3 of them right here. I've also made a video on the Sassicaia, another top brand name, early out as a Super Tuscan wine. And I also did a video on the Ornelaia. The original 4 Super Tuscan wines were Tignanello, Sassicaia, Ornelaina and Solaia. But they are expensive. If you're lucky, you can find a Tignanello at around $80 to $110 when they first come out. And the Solaia, the Sassicaia, Ornelaia, even more. Typically we are talking $200 to $250. But boy, are they good. What I want to do today with you, by popular demand, is to introduce to you some Super Tuscan beyond the original 4 that are significantly more affordable. We are talking about $40 or less. So, one step back, what's the story with Super Tuscans? But around 1970s, 1980s, some of the Italian vintners got fed up with all the rules and regulation in Italy and the slow moving pace of the bureaucracy to adopt. And they wanted to produce wines that are not just made out of the Italian grapes, not just made out of Sangiovese. You know that a Chianti Classico has to be 80% or more Sangiovese, and a Brunello di Montalcino has to be 100% Sangiovese. So they wanted to produce blended wines that have some of the French grapes in them. Merlot, Cabernet Sauvignon, maybe a Shiraz, maybe a Cabernet Franc, maybe a Petit Verdot. And that was not allowed by the rules of the DOCs and DOCGs. So initially, when the vintners produced these wines, they were only allowed to call them table wine. And eventually, they created a IGT called Tuscan wines for them. But then these smart Tuscan vintners created the name Super Tuscan wines. And boy, did that take off, particularly with wines like Tignanello, with the power of the Antinori family behind it, one of the best and most famous winemakers in Italy. So Tignanello came out in about 1971, Sassicaia around the same time. So I'm now introducing to you 3, which I believe will be good Super Tuscan wines, a lot more affordable. Let's see how they are. Number 1, from the legendary Renieri family. They make a beautiful Brunello as well, but this is the Re di Renieri, the Re from Renieri. And this particular wine is a 60% Merlot, 20% Cabernet Sauvignon, 15% Cabernet Franc, and 5% Petit Verdot blend. Let's open this baby up. I'm very excited to figure out how this is. I bought all of these 3 bottles that I'm tasting today in the New York Total Wine in Westbury. So chances are you get these wines in America in Total Wine. And ladies and gentlemen, I have with me in this show, as in every show, my longtime friend and partner in this show, Corky the Corkal. Woo-hoo. All right, I'm decanting in good tradition. Tuscan wines. I always like to decant Tuscan wines. They typically are stronger on the tannins level. Okay, what do we see, ladies and gentlemen? This is a medium ruby red wine. If I look from the top, I can see the stem of the glass, but it is more ruby than garnet. Let's give it a sniffy sniff. Dust in the nose, some strong aromas of cherry, black cherry and red cherry, dominated by cherry, but it has a more sophisticated wood type of flavor. Some cedar in here, some cigar box, some forest floor. This wine is deep, is sophisticated. Even some blueberry is in the nose. Let's give it a whirl. 2017 is still young. It has medium plus acidity. It's a dry wine. Has high alcohol, 14.5% I believe. It has pronounced biting red fruits of cherry and a hint of a blueberry in here. It's a good wine. The finish is only medium. The wine is still developing. I give it a 3.9, ladies and gentlemen. 3.9 for the Re by Renieri. Vivino on average 4.0. It's a $40 wine. Contestant number 2, Maremma from Tuscany, the Sughere di Frassinello, 2017 as well. Now this wine is rated 4.1 by the popular Vivino vote, $29.99, ladies and gentlemen. This wine, as opposed to the Re, which was predominantly Merlot, this one is predominantly Sangiovese, but it does have Cabernet Sauvignon in it and Merlot in it. Corky heard the squeak and the pop. Corkal. All right, this one gets decanted in my Riedel decanter. Has also medium ruby red color. I can see the stem from the top. Beautiful sparkles. Let's give it a sniffy sniff. A lot of dust on the nose. The flavors need to still develop. I need to shake it a little bit more. Some medium aromas of cherry. There's also a little bit of a strawberry nose in here. Maybe secondary and tertiary aromas of cacao, leather, a little bit of oak. Let's give it a whirl. Beautiful. High acidity, dry wine, again high alcohol, medium plus body. The finish is much longer than the Re. I like this wine better. I give it a 4.1, ladies and gentlemen. 4.1, just like the average Vivino rater. $29. That is a buy, clear buy recommendation here. Let's check out wine number 3, Pergolaia. You can always hear when a wine ends Aya, that's probably a Super Tuscan. Sassicaia, Ornelaia, they like the Aia, and that is typically indication for a Super Tuscan. Also, if you find IGT, Indicazione Geografica Tipica Toscana on there, that's a clear indication also that you are dealing with a Super Tuscan. 4.0 on Vivino, $33. This is a 2015. 2015 was an excellent year in Tuscany, probably on average better than the 2017. Corky. A quick decanting on this wine. The color, medium ruby with a hint of garnet in there. Let's give it a sniffy sniff. Dust in the nose as well. This is the typical Tuscan dust nose, but I detect fruit, cherries, some plum, dried fruit aromas, a little bit of a chocolate hint in the nose. Let's give it a whirl. Beautiful. These flavors are pronounced, cherries, plum, but dried fruit comes through, secondary and tertiary aromas and flavors of cloves from the oak aging process, licorice, a little bit of chocolate in here. Very elegant. It's a super dry wine. It's medium plus acidity, high alcohol, full bodied. The finish is only medium, but I do like the Pergolaia. I give the Pergolaia a 4.1 as well, and this one for $33, ladies and gentlemen, $33. This is now 4 hours later, and I had the 3 Super Tuscans decanted for a while now, and I've tasted them again, and I have to say that the Pergolaia has improved the most from the decanting process. Those are pronounced aromas of some dark fruit, both red and black. There's strawberry in here, there's some raspberry in here, red plum, black plum, but also some secondary notes of clove, some notes of vanilla from the oak aging process. Very harmonious. The wine is still dry. The alcohol level is still high, but the acidity has come down. It's still a good medium plus acidity, but it now balances well with the alcohol. The tannins have come down. It's still a medium plus tannin wine. The fruit profile is very enjoyable. Just like in the aromas, there was some good amount of red fruit and black fruit. The plum takes over both red and black plum, but also strawberry. And the finish is getting a little bit longer. So I would say at this point in time, it's a medium plus finish. So I like, after decanting for 4 hours or more, the Pergolaia the most. I'm increasing my score on this wine to 4.2. 3 Super Tuscans. The first one more Merlot based, second and third one more Sangiovese based, but all a blend. The Pergolaia is the cleanest in terms of the most majority of Sangiovese. $33 here. I hope you enjoyed this show. Every Sunday we're coming out with a new show. If you enjoy this video entertainment on wine, please subscribe to my channel, like this video, and also I highly recommend follow me on Vivino. I'm a heavy wine radar on Vivino. I see you on Sunday.